Amanda, it's great to have you. So Amanda is the founder of Concern Citizens for Montana. And I know Darren LaHood. I don't know, Darren, would you say a few words? And then we'd love to hear from Amanda.
Well, we appreciate you giving a visa to Amanda, too, to be here today. Amanda is somebody that cares deeply about this issue in Kankakee County in Manteno, Illinois. And she has been, from the grassroots level, from the very beginning, very involved with this and doing everything she can with a team of people in her district. Her passion, her dedication and commitment to this issue is second to none. She's really kind of put her life on hold to be fully engaged on this. We're lucky to have her as an advocate. And so I'm really pleased and honored to have Amanda here today. Please welcome Amanda Piker.
Good morning, everyone and distinguished panel. My name is Amanda Piker, and I am a resident of Manteno, Illinois. I am also a founding board member of the Concerned Citizens of Manteno. On behalf of the Concerned Citizens, I thank you for the opportunity to participate in this roundtable discussion. Today, I will present to you a synopsis of how a handful of people in power, namely Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, Manteno Mayor Tim Nugent, and the Economic Alliance of Kankakee County worked behind the people's back to bring a toxic, dangerous lithium battery plant to Manteno. This company, called NOGOTION, also has known ties to the Chinese Communist Party and is a foreign adversary to not only the citizens of Manteno, but to our entire country. First, I would like to paint a picture of Manteno. Our total population is about 9,300. It's a small, quiet, tight-knit community built on the backs of generations of hardworking farmers and small business owners. Many residents and their fathers before them have lived in Manteno their entire lives. You can walk down Main Street or into the local diner, and people will greet you with a smile, call you by name, and ask how your family is doing. People move to Manteno to enjoy a quiet life. Most of us in the community started to hear chatter on social media around September 6th, 2023 regarding plans for a lithium battery plant in our town. Then just a day later on September 7th, it was confirmed Pritzker was coming to Manteno on the 8th to announce the opening of this plant. The majority of the citizens had only about 2 days to process what was happening in our community. We organized a small, peaceful protest for this announcement and immediately organized our opposition. The citizens began to ask many questions. First and foremost, we all wanted to know how this happened without anyone's knowledge. Our mayor, Tim Nugent, happens to be the president of the Economic Alliance of Kankakee County. This is a public-private entity of self-appointed business leaders in our county. Acting as president of the Economic Alliance, our mayor signed a non-disclosure agreement and was prohibited from disclosing details of the NOGOTION deal to the citizens. His inability to say the name of the company was verified through one of many FOIA requests. In August of 2023, prior to the NOGOTION announcement, our mayor, acting as president of the Economic Alliance, visited every taxing body in our county asking for the boards to approve a $2 million tax abatement for 30 years. He presented this deal as Project Unity, which is the title the state of Illinois gave the NOGOTION deal. Every taxing body in our county voted for the abatement without knowing the company name or its origins. In addition to $536 million in Illinois tax credits, NOGOTION was giving a 30-year cap on its property at $2 million. Based on the inflated sale of the building, which was on the market for $58 million before the deal, and sold to NOGOTION afterwards for $137 million. This cap is another tax gift. We are very concerned about the proximity of NOGOTION to our town. The plant is less than 1,200 feet from 14 residential homes that are located within a large subdivision, less than a half a mile from a school, another large subdivision, and daycares. NOGOTION's lawyers are inferring the plant is outside of our town limits. That is not true. This is in our town. As you can imagine, we are concerned for our safety, our children's safety, and our environment. For plant production, NOGOTION needed the land to be rezoned from light industrial to heavy industrial. This was done through an open public hearing in November in front of our planning commission. Hours of testimony and questions from the citizens were heard at this hearing with few comments of support. The Planning Commission voted unanimously to rezone the land to heavy industrial, even though Manteno Village ordinances prevents a heavy industrial plant from being located within the village. This zoning is in violation of our village ordinances. I would like to point out some facts we have found through research and FOIA requests sent to our local county and state government. NOGOTION is Chinese-owned and committed to communist ideals according to their own articles of association. No long form from the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States has ever been completed for strict review. This is despite a new rule added to the National Defense Authorization Act that prevents battery manufacturers like NOGOTION from making batteries in our country. Under J.B. Pritzker's administration, NOGOTION was given $125 million in incentive checks, which went directly to NOGOTION's president, along with an incentive package of $536 million from the state of Illinois. Goshen objected to the high percentage of taxes on that building going to our schools and requested a decrease in the percentage for the tax abatements. No environmental impact studies or health risk assessments have been performed. In 2019, debris from the adjacent rock quarry damaged the building that houses the Goshen plant, where volatile lithium batteries will be stored. The blast debris penetrated the roof, destroying the shelving below. The seismograph used to measure the strength of the quarry blast is located at the Superintendent of Public Works residence. Repeated complaints of strong blasting have been voiced by citizens of Manteno for years. We have reason to be very concerned about lithium batteries being next door to a quarry with such strong blasting. At least 231 acres of farmland have been purchased under LLCs for Goshen. The building for the proposed plant was also purchased under an LLC, as well as 3 homes in the neighborhood across the street. Each home is housing 7 to 9 migrant workers. The Army National Guard Readiness Center and Army Aviation Support Facility in Kankakee, Illinois, is among the largest projects undertaken by the Illinois National Guard. It is owned by the Department of Military Affairs and is located less than 20 miles south of Goshen's front door. It is home to 2 aviation battalions, a medevac unit, and 10 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters. Recent job postings on Glassdoor.com advertise jobs starting at $20 per hour with a trip to China for training that begins on August 25th and will last for about 4 to 5 weeks. Kankakee Community College, our local community college, and our county received a workforce development grant to train the local workforce for this plant. During the Planning Commission meeting, we were told they had identified 4 classes that would prepare the local workforce for a job at Goshen. Why are they sending people to China for 4 to 5 weeks to train? There have been no signs of construction at the plant. Also, job description state employees must be willing to relocate to Manteno and are required to live in Manteno. We were not told employees must live in Manteno at the Planning Commission meeting. We were told the employee pool would be within an hour radius. How very communist of Goshen to dictate where employees choose to live. I could go on and on giving reasons why we all should be concerned about Goshen being here in our country. The above are mere highlights. If it was not for our connection to our Michigan partners and the quick organization of the citizens of Manteno with Michigan's guidance, this Chinese-owned plant would have waltzed right into our small town, unchecked and aided by our own local government bodies. The concerned citizens of Manteno have filed a lawsuit against both Goshen and the village of Manteno, which has garnered nationwide support and attention. We hope our mission will help advance the No Goshen movement and further inform the Select Committee on the CCP. Key takeaways that I would like for you all to remember. The Economic Alliance is a group of non-elected business people who are responsible for bringing Goshen to the area. The mayor of Manteno then used his elected position to thrust the steel upon us. As an elected official, in our opinion, he violates his oath and fiduciary duty to his constituents. Finally, Goshen is hiding behind LLCs. We do not know exactly who is involved in the LLCs that have purchased land in our town, but we know that China is here. How can the citizens be sure that these people are vetted and we are safe? This may be happening in our small town, in your small town, but it's not a small issue. As your committee knows, this is a national issue. We are doing all we can as individual citizens. We pay attention to what happens in our community, but we were completely blindsided. We have raised thousands of dollars to fight the rezoning and nuisance in court. But the truth is, Goshen would not even be operating if it weren't for massive federal and state tax subsidies. We are essentially paying for something we don't want and we don't trust. I thank you for your time today, and I'm available for further questions. Thank you on behalf of Concerned Citizens.
Well, Amanda, thank you for that very passionate statement and for being here today. I just have maybe 1 or 2 questions here. Sure. In the Congress, in our oversight role, we've become aware of Chinese entities hiding behind LLCs that have bought farmland across the United States near strategic military locations. And in a bipartisan way, we've got probably a half dozen bills to fix this problem, and we're going to do that this year. You mentioned in your statement the issue with the Illinois National Guard being near there, with the Black Hawk helicopters being near there. When those issues have been raised to either Governor Pritzker's office or the mayor on national security concerns, have you gotten any response from them at all?
No, we do not. We do not ever get a response. We were told that I think the rule is 14 miles. I think there's something about a 14-mile radius, so this is a little outside of that.
And the issue of human rights that a lot of our Democrat colleagues like to talk about a lot, and support for human rights around the world. When you expose the, again, malign activities and the forced labor camps that the Uyghurs are involved with in the direct connection to Goshen, when that has been raised with either elected officials in Manteno or the state, have you gotten a response from them?
No, they ignore it.
Unfortunately, that's what I thought. Thank you, Amanda. We'll have further questions for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.